Whoa, there was a little snake there. I don't know if you guys saw that. I almost ran him over. Hey, this is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again, but I'm on the 3-mile path. I call this the 3-mile path because it just goes around in circles for 3 miles. I'm out on the road with the Engwe EP-2 Pro. This is the folding bike that was given to me by Engwe for review. And so I decided, well, I will take it out and check out the battery range. Now, I was waiting for a second battery to come in from Engwe. They only sent me one, and I requested a second one because I kind of need it in order to do the things that I do. I really do need 2 batteries. My recommendations to you, like I said on the first review, was get the option that gives you 2 batteries, okay? Because they only charge you $50 more for the second battery, and that battery, if you bought it separately after the fact, is $350. So. Now you might notice too that I made some changes to this bike. I changed out their bell. Now, even though the bell was loud, it wasn't loud enough, and it didn't ring out long. This bell rings longer, listen. You hear that? That's a long ring. Yeah, these are the bells that I bought on Amazon. Some seller was selling 3 of these things for about, I don't know, $7.99, something like that. And then I could never find it again, so that seller stopped selling it. So I went on, well, I had 3 of these bells, and I'd used one on my Magicycle Cruiser. I put another one on the KBO Breeze, and I had this one left over. It came in 3 different colors. This one's silver. They had silver, black, and blue. I put the blue one on the Magicycle because it kind of matches their logos, blue. Anyways, anyway, I said, man, I wish they had more because I know there's more review bikes coming in, and if their bells aren't that great, I would probably want it. So yeah, I put it on this one because this bell just does so much better, and it's an inexpensive bell, and it doesn't take up a lot of space either, if you notice. So I went on AliExpress and found the bells themselves. Good morning. And I bought 10 of them. With shipping and everything, it came out to $18 and something cents. So it's about $1.80 something per bell. So I have enough bells that last me for a while, for whatever bikes might come in that need it. So yeah, I made that change. I also added a rear view mirror, or is this a side view mirror? I guess this would be considered a side view mirror. This one's made by Hafni. I happened to purchase this one off of Rad Power Bikes. I had some Rad credit, so I used it to buy this, but you can get this on Amazon as well. This is not sold by Engwe. And I added a thumb throttle. If you notice, I just added this little accessory thing. This is a 3D printed thumb throttle. I had that printed up at a local library. It cost me 50 cents. The screw and the nut cost me more than them printing this up for me. And then finally, there's a cell phone holder. I'm going to go down a little bit here. This one is from Lamicell. This is the one of the ones that they gave me for review. And I just attached this directly to the handlebar stem. This particular model comes, you can take this on and off real easy. So if I needed to fold it, I can just undo this. I don't know if you can see that. I can just undo this thing and take it off if I need to. But this way I can put a cell phone holder on the stem of the bike without having to add an additional handlebar extender. And the rest of it is stock. The only other thing on this bike is the second battery, which I'll pull over a little bit here, let you guys see that in a minute. I just put the second battery on the rear rack and put a couple bungee cords on it to hold it in place. And then I used some packing foam from various bikes to cushion the blow. So as we go up and down things, we won't be bouncing around on the battery. So I think there's nobody here. Let me stop here for a second. All right, let me just get off the bike. All right. So this is what the bike looked like currently. Just kind of give you an idea what's there. This is the second battery. So all I did is I just put some packing foam on there and just bungee cord it. Works out good. Everything else is stock on the bike as it is. Now all these extra keys here, I just put them here because I don't really leave the bike anywhere. I just keep it with me. You notice there's 2 extra keys here. That's because the battery, the second battery, these are not universal keys. There's a battery, of course, inside here. They're not universal, so just because a key works on this battery doesn't mean the key works on this battery. You need a separate key for this. So if you get the 2 battery option, you're going to get another set of keys, which means you have to carry both sets of keys with you. Unfortunate, but I can see that as a safety issue too. If somebody were to have the same model of bike and then you locked up your bike somewhere and they decided they wanted to steal your battery, they can't. Yeah, they can't. You hear the brakes are still squealing a little bit. A little disappointing. I was kind of hoping that the brakes would not be squealing by this time. But yeah, they're still squealing a bit. It's not really bad, but you know, it does still have a little squeal. Now, here's how I plan to do this testing. I have this on pedal assist level 3. Now, depending whether we're going up or down a little bit of incline, the speedometer is going to show that we're going to increase or decrease a little bit. But we should be roughly in the 15-16 mile per hour range. Of course, speed limit on this path is around 15 miles an hour. So yeah, we're a mile over. No one's going to notice that. But I used the cruise control to do it. Now, the reason I decided to do this is because I'm going to do this for a long time. I mean, the last test I did took 22 miles. You know, that's going to take a while. And of course, being on the cruise control, it'll probably go further than that. I'm thinking it's going to go past the 22 miles. So to have to pedal that the entire time, yeah, I'm going to be a little tired out. So I'm not going to pedal. Yeah, I'm only going to pedal to get me over the inclines if it's needed. And the rest of the time, I'm going to be on cruise control as I am right now. So just as a reminder, to get to the cruise control on this bike, all you have to do is just throttle down all the way. Whatever your pedal assist level is, that's what it's going to give you. So now over here, there's an incline. I'm going to pedal a little bit. Get myself over the incline, make it a little bit easier. So even something like this, a small little incline like this, yeah, you need to give it a little bit of help. You can see up ahead, maybe it's going to go up a little bit more. So while this bike can go over inclines, you got to help it a little bit. Now, if it was on another bike that had a little more torque, you probably wouldn't need to do that. Another thing that I noticed too, while the bike can do 28 miles per hour, it takes it a while to get to that level because it doesn't move that quickly, but it'll definitely get to that speed if you want. So yeah, you got to help it along a little bit to get up some inclines. It'll take it a while to get up to a speed. The pedal level assists, there's a slight delay before the motor will kick in. And I kind of like that personally. Not everyone likes that. Some people want immediate response the minute they start pedaling. This bike is not going to do that. And my Rad Rover wouldn't do that either. It has a slight delay, which I kind of like. And then on my Magicycle Cruiser, that one does not have the delay. It'll jolt right off the bike if you're not careful. So I put the delay onto that bike. There's an option in the menu to be able to delay it, and I did that. So you can tell I prefer to have that slight delay before the bike reacts the minute you touch the pedals. It's just something to know about these bikes. They all have their little things that they do that maybe another bike doesn't do. So right now we're hitting about 14 miles an hour on cruise control. And the reason I decided the cruise control would be the best way to test this bike out is because 14 to 15 miles an hour is where a lot of people feel comfortable. It's plenty fast for many people, but not too slow for others. And whereas they typically tell you don't touch your throttle if you want to get good mileage. Well, this throttle is limited. It's limited by your pedal assist level. So if you're on pedal assist level 2, and I don't know what the mileage given there is. Let's say 9 miles of assist. Let's just say that your throttle won't allow you to go past 9 miles per hour. So whatever your throttle is giving you is whatever the pedal assist level is set for. So because I have this set for 3, even if I throttle down hard, it won't go past 3. So using the throttle is really probably the most consistent usage of power. So if anything, if I use the cruise control and don't touch it and just let it run, I'm probably gonna get more mileage out of this bike than if I were to pedal and use a pedal assist up and down and everything. It might give me different settings, different results, that is. Okay, so now up ahead we have a dog on a really long leash and then a dog on a short leash. We're gonna have to hit them with the bell so they know I'm coming, because I'm gonna pass them. So I'm gonna hit them from a distance to see if they hear it. If they don't hear it, let's hit them with the bell again. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, so that distance they either didn't hear me or they refused to listen to me. I had to hit him with the bell several times. I don't want to run into the leash with the dog. Morning. So we've been traveling a little bit. We're already at 3.9 miles. I turned you guys on a little bit after I got here. So what's my impressions of the bike so far? Well, overall I like the bike. It's got limitations, I already know that, but you know, this is a $1,049.99, and with the 2 battery option, $1,099.99. Okay, it's a relatively inexpensive bike compared to other e-bikes. It's not the best components, I will tell you that right off the bat. The brakes are branded that I never heard of before. It does have a slight squeal going on still. I will say that the headlight and the tail light are extremely bright though. I'm really impressed with that. If you like riding at night, you're gonna love these headlights. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna need to buy a second headlight. It's pretty good. Even if you leave it on during the daytime, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, I think I'll turn it on. All you do is just hit the button on the right side, the bottom button on the right side. They'll turn on your headlights and your tail light. This way people can see me coming from a distance. Tapping the brakes cancels the cruise control. I had to tap it a little bit because to make sure I was going to get through safely with everybody there. And then all I do is I just push the throttle down all the way, hold it for at least 8 seconds, we're back on cruise control again. Now as we go down the inclines, I can see that the speed picks up. And when we go up an incline, I can see the speed go down. Now keep in mind, I'm a fairly heavy rider. I am not a lightweight person. I'm about 255 pounds right now. And although the bike can handle over 300 and something pounds, 325, something like that, 329, something in that range. I am pushing its ability, of course. I've seen those guys before on the path last year. So yeah, we're just going to keep going around in circles. I'll talk a little bit for a while, and then I'll probably just cut out for a while and bring you back on when we're ready to conclude. Otherwise, all we're going to see is this thing going around in circles here. All right, time for an update. I've gone 11.4 miles. At around 11-mile mark, I dropped from 5 bars to 4 bars on my battery meter. So we can kind of expect you do a pedal assist level 3, put yourself on cruise control. You're gonna average around 13 to 14 miles per hour. And yeah, you'll get about 11 miles out of this on a single battery bar. So it's a 5-bar scale. Now you notice that the battery went up a little bit. Went back to 5 bars. So it's kind of teeter-tottering between 4 and 5. I also have the front headlight on and the rear tail light on too. That of course will eat a little bit of the battery, but that's how I usually ride. So I figure the best thing is to put it on the way that I probably would ride this bike, and that would be with lights on. I have lights on usually even with bright sunlight going on, just to give a little bit extra visibility. It doesn't hurt, and the battery consumption is minimal compared to, you know, motor battery consumption. So why not? All right, just gonna keep going. Now, I was so tempted to move this up to pedal assist level 4 to go a little faster, but I think this bike will be a bike that I would ride a little slower. I don't think I would typically ride this bike as fast as it's capable of going. I mean, it's nice to know that you have the ability. But it doesn't mean that you have to ride it fast on everything, right? If I intend to go fast, I'll be using my big cruiser bikes and bikes with more ability. But again, those are more expensive bikes. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys back in a bit. I'll go back into my riding and not talking mode. Well, okay, let me say one more thing before I let you go for this section of the report. I didn't put everything in the world on this bike. I don't have a bottle cage. Kind of missing having my water with me right now. And this style of bike makes it very hard to decide where you would put a bottle cage. You might have to put it on the rear rack area or something, or even with an extension bar across here. You usually don't put a bottle cage on that. They do make things where you could do that if you wanted to. So yeah, you got to be a little creative on where you put the bottles. Or you, like what I did here is on the stem. Right, I have my cell phone mounted here. You could slide this sideways. I mean, you could go this way with it. You see, I don't know, can you guys see this? I'm angle down. Can you see that? You could try to attach a bottle cage over here. I don't know. Got to be creative, right? But yeah, I didn't have one, so I didn't have the ability to put it on there. All right, talk to you guys a little bit. All right, time for another update. We've gone 16 miles and dropped down 1 more bar. So we are now at 3 bars out of the 5 for the battery meter. 16 miles. Well, it says 16.4 now. It took me a while to turn on the recorder, you know. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. So we were, I think, 11 miles when we dropped down 1 bar. Dropped down another bar, we're at 16 miles. I've been averaging, let me check my statistics here. I'm at 60 miles of riding. I think this miles is it says 19.2 miles per hour. I think that's my average of maybe everything I've done. But this ride, I'm averaging 13.4 miles per hour on my ride. And then we're at 16.6 miles right now for this trip. So again, we're on the edge of the 3-bar and 4-bar because I see my battery meter just jumped up again. But you know, it's going to go up and down right at that level until it stabilizes itself. But essentially I'm going to call it at 16 miles at 3 bars. Now this is definitely a lot slower than I typically would ride, but I think on this bike I might actually ride 13-14 miles an hour. Yeah. I don't feel uncomfortable riding this slow on this bike. On the large 26-inch wheel bikes, I think if I was this slow, I kind of feel like I'm barely moving and I'm about ready to tip over. Kind of hard to keep it vertical, but not so on this bike. I can drop down, like if I drop down to pedal assist level 2. Let me cancel my cruise control here. Pedal assist level 2. What's it giving me? I'm not on level ground, but let's say around 11 miles per hour. I don't feel like I'm going to fall over, but on the big bike I would. I think it's the center of gravity is different on the big bike. It definitely needs a little speed to keep you going there. All right, let's see here now. I'm going up a little bit of incline. I'm on pedal assist level 2. I'm only doing 8.8 miles per hour. I don't feel like I'm going to fall over. I couldn't do this on the other bikes. Let's move back up to pedal assist level 3. And again, I can immediately feel the motor kick in after a second or two. It'll bring me back to about the 13.5 mile per hour range. We're going up a slight incline, that's why we're not quite at 13.5 miles yet. I'm going to hold down the cruise control, hold down the throttle itself to get to the cruise control. And again, all you have to do is just hold that down for at least 8 seconds. Once you're 8 seconds, you can let go and then you're on cruise control at that point. Alright, anyways, I just wanted to give you that update. I'll talk to you on the next one. So yeah, you can see right here, I don't know if you guys can see this, of the reflection from the sun and everything. But we're on 3 bars out of 5, 17 miles currently now, but yeah, 3 bars happened at 16 miles. Alright, talk to you guys in a bit. Alright, time for another update. We're now down to 2 bars at 20 miles. Figure I'd take a little break. Show you the bike here. So I just pulled off at one of the park benches. Let's see if you can see this. I'm not sure if you can or I can't. But yeah, we're at 20 miles. We're at 2 bars. So overall, the bike is doing pretty well. I've been averaging 13.5 miles per hour. And yeah, I had the front light on. Can you see the front light on there? Rear tail light's on too. Let me see if I can show you that here. You guys see that? Yeah, that tail light will light up a little bit brighter when you hit the brake. Yeah, overall, not bad. We'll continue on. I just wanted to take a little breather, take a little bit of a break, and get off the bike. Yeah, the saddle is it's cushy, but it tires me out a lot faster than if I had a better saddle on there. But you know, it's an inexpensive bike for all intents and purposes. Yeah, like I said, look at this bike as a 2-battery bike for about $1,100. That's really the best way to buy this bike, I think. Even if you don't get any additional discounts from discount codes from me, I think that is still your best buy, is to get it that way. Use the affiliate link anyways. That helps me out. But yeah, if you do use both batteries on a ride, you're probably going to want that second battery charger. Like I said, it's $25 on Amazon, but I think it might be worth it. Otherwise you're talking, you know, an entire full charge cycle and then take it off of one battery, put it on the other battery, and wait an entire charge cycle for the next battery. That's a little long. It's not worth saving $25 in that sense. All right, I'm gonna continue on. Get back to you guys in a minute. All right, time for another update. We're at 22.7 miles right now. We're down to the second bar out of 5 on the battery meter. Now, I noticed that the minute we hit around the 22-mile range, my bike got really sluggish. Even with the throttle set up for cruise control on pedal assist level 3, I was averaging 13.5 to 14 miles an hour, mostly around 13.5. I don't seem to be getting that anymore. So as the battery drops down, it doesn't seem to be able to give me the power that I need to keep going at a decent pace. Now, I could let this thing go and just see what it actually does to the end, staying on pedal assist level 3, but it wouldn't be really representative of how I would ride this bike. I don't think I would want to go to 11.5 to 12 miles an hour. So you can see I'm just really struggling with it now. So I think what I'm going to do, now that we're about 23 miles at this point, I'm going to go to pedal assist level 4. Now the minute I hit it, give it a second or two, it kicks up. You can see this thing is going faster now if I pedal. My question is, can I set cruise control at a higher level? Let's cancel out the cruise. Can I set it at 13.5 or 14 miles per hour on pedal assist level 4 by holding it down partially rather than holding the throttle all the way down? Typically, to set cruise control, I've been pushing it down as far as it'll go to set it. Well, I'm going to hold it partially, not all the way, and then let go. Question is, has it set? So I'm not pedaling, I'm not doing anything. It has not set. So it sounds like the only way you can really set cruise control is at its full maximum push down level. So if I go to pedal assist level 4 and I go to full maximum throttle, that's going to push me to 17.3 or so miles per hour, it seems, which of course will eat up more battery. I'm going to cancel that out. So the whole thing with this cruise control is you cannot, does not seem like you can set partial cruise control level. So on pedal assist level 4, partially pushing down the control. And it's been longer than 8 seconds now. I'm just going to let go. Let's see, does it take it? And it seems to be taking it. It's around 14 miles per hour now. Yeah, it's hard to set. It seems it's kind of hard to set. Now it's picking up. It could be that we were just going up a hill. Slight incline. Because it's picking up again. Sorry for that stop sign. I was looking at the meters and stuff. Going up a slight incline now. Yeah, you know, it's hard to tell. I don't know if it's just because we're going up an incline that it's dropping to 14 miles an hour, or has it really been set at 14 miles per hour? 14.5, 14.8. I think it's still set for the higher setting. It's just that we're going up an incline. That's a loud bell. Yeah, I like these bells. They're not expensive, but if you buy them individually on Amazon, yeah, I've seen these things as high as 18-something dollars. I paid $1.80 something, but I had to buy 10 of them. And these are knockoffs. I think the $18-something one might be the original. I have no idea. Well, in any event, I cannot do pedal assist level 3 anymore with cruise control. It's just not enough power to let it go. I'll be going a lot slower than I would prefer. So we're on pedal assist level 4 right now. 2 bars in on the battery meter. We're around 13 to 15 miles an hour, something like that, depending on if we're going up and down a hill. We'll leave it at this for the remainder of the ride. Yeah. Well, you know, that's not unexpected. We're down on the bottom ranges of the battery at this point. We're not really at full battery power, so it becomes a little more sluggish as you lose battery power. Not that it can't give you more, you just have to use more battery to get that speed now, which is really what you don't want to do at the end of a battery. All right, I'm gonna have to cancel here. And you can hear that the brakes still are squealing. You know, squeal on the brake is there, but it's not that bad compared to some others I've heard. But the fact is, it's still there. A different brake pad might make a difference, but I'm not sure what kind of brake pads these take. I haven't taken it apart, so I don't really know. Alright, so we're riding the bike now the way I typically would ride it, it seems. Pedal assist level 4. We're on cruise control again. As you see, I'm at 16.5 miles per hour now. Yeah, I got no choice. I really have no choice. Now you can reprogram this. I took a look at the instruction manual again, and it's the main instruction manual doesn't talk about it, but there was a small little booklet that they give as well that's talking about the display screen, how to reprogram. It appears that you can reprogram the pedal assist levels, so you can change it to, you know, more than 5 pedal assist levels. You can change the percentages, I think, also of the pedal assist levels, so you're not stuck with what it was. The original review, the first review, I said that you're kind of stuck with whatever they give you, but that's not the case. It seems like you can program this to whatever percentages that you want. I will say that the programming screen on here is a little bit tougher to deal with than the one I have with the other brands. You have to know what their codes mean, like TC and TN, and what does all this stuff mean? You know, it's an abbreviation of things. There's a different lettering for the display screen brightness, all that kind of stuff. So not as intuitive. You have to kind of know what it is, and keeping that booklet is going to be critical if you want to know how to program this display screen. So yeah, there's little things about it that that's not perfect. You just have to know that's just the way it's going to be. But at the end of the day, it gets the job done. And we're doing pretty good. I think we'll hit the 30. And the lights are on. Remember that too. The lights are also on. Lights take battery power to run. Yeah, once we exhaust the battery on this thing, I'm just gonna put the second battery in and head home. I've been out here for a while. I don't know what time I started. The current time is like 10:39. I think I started, I don't know, 8:45-ish or so. I'm not really sure. I think the display will tell me total time I've been on the bike. Let me see if I can cycle through that. Let me get through this first. I've done 73 miles on this bike since I got it. Miles per hour, 20.7. 13.7 miles per hour on average, it says. I don't know what that first numbering was. Let me go through this again. 20.7 miles per hour. Is that the average ever since I got the bike? Is that what it is? I'm not sure what that means. Oh, that's the maximum. Okay. I hit a maximum of 20.7 miles per hour. That was the fastest I rode this bike since this trip. That's what it is. And then the average miles per hour is 13.7 miles per hour average. And we're at 29.8 miles right now on this trip. All right, that makes sense now. So they tell you what your fastest speed was, and they tell you what your average speed was and what your current speed is. All right, I'm pretty sure that snake is gone now. I mean, that was 3 miles ago if we run into the snake again. But yeah, it was slithering across. I literally only missed it by a couple inches. I almost ran it over. That would not have been fun. That would have been a little bit squishy. That would have been a mess on the wheels. Yeah, I don't know what that kind of snake was. Little garter snake? I don't know. I always thought garter snakes were a little thinner than that. That one had a little bit more beefiness to it, but it wasn't a very big snake. Yeah, back up and take a look at it. See if you can tell me what snake it was. Put a comment below, let me know. On your left. Alright, so now let's get back up to this cruise control thing. We have passed 30 miles, 30.2. We're back on the cruise control. We're slowing down. Let me give it some pep here. I think we're gonna die out here. Yeah, we're going down a hill and it's not giving me the full power. This thing's gonna die out in a moment. It's about ready to go. There's no more pep. Oh, okay, we're at Pedestal Level 3. I see what happened. Something got hit. Probably want to hit the bell and went down. I was going, what happened to my power? We were back down to Pedestal Level 3. Yeah, hitting this button's really easy by moving across to try to get this bell. When I hit her up with the bell, I must have dropped it back down. Yeah, I think I have to angle this down a little bit so I don't hit that by accident. I figured the angle was good to access it, but the angle makes it too easy to hit this minus button when I reach over to hit the bell. Yeah, the power's still there. We still have some pep to it. It's not dead yet. 30.5 miles. I'm gonna keep you guys going. I was gonna turn this thing off long ago, but when I saw that we were down to the level of 1, I said, well, we just gotta keep going. Hopefully you stayed with me this long. Sorry, it's been a long review. Although many of you told me that you like my long review and my long bike rides. Yeah, well, I'm glad. you guys keep me company while I'm riding and doing these things too. So it's like having a riding buddy. .7, still going strong. Now somebody mentioned don't trust the gauge. Yeah, I would say that too. You just got to know what your range is on your battery. And most of you can't do what I'm doing now unless you have a secondary battery. Because you don't want to drain it this far down and not have a battery to get home on. And you can pedal these bikes back home, but you know, I'm a big guy. Big guy, heavy bikes? Nah, no thank you. I need my assist. You might be asking what gear I've been in. It's been in 6, but it doesn't really matter because I've been using the throttle and the cruise control mostly on this ride. I figured it was a more consistent way of getting full maximum power from that pedal assist rather than pedaling up and down to get that pedal assist. Still using a certain amount of battery. Now, if I was pedaling normally, would I get this much range? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. Because you'd be doing more, you'd be doing less, you would be going up and down on this pedal assist level. I'd be jumping between 3 and 4. I know that for a fact. So that will affect your range. But still, I mean, we're at 31.2 miles right now. It's a lot better than I thought it was. I had seen reports of people saying that, you know, they were getting such lousy mileage. They're saying full throttle, they were only getting 10 miles out of the battery. Well, yeah, well, maybe if you're, whoop, there goes a mink. Did you see that? I believe that's a mink. Thin little thing running across us. Well, we saw a lot of things today. Yeah, I have not seen a mink out here before, but I believe that's a mink. And the reason I think that is because I used to go fishing up in Racine Harbor up in Wisconsin. And they have minks up there. You can see them running around all the time. I recall back in the day in the 60s, ladies would have these mink coats. Do you remember that? Then, of course, the whole thing about fur became a big issue. People didn't want to do that anymore. You know, kill off the animals and collect their pelts. I don't know how it is today, how the fur industry is today, but that's another story, right? We can digress and talk about that, but I don't want to deviate from what our purpose is today. Our purpose is to find out the battery range, and we are doing well. 31.6. We're just going to keep going until this thing finally goes off on us. So it has passed the 30-mile mark, which I said, you know, I was hoping it would be able to do, but now, what am I going to guess it at? I say 33. Let's see if I'm right. 33 I'm going for. It's been on the 1 bar for a while now, so overall, what do I think of the bike? Yeah, I'm impressed. Yeah, I would say I'm impressed. Now, I do have another folding bike coming in soon, and it is more expensive. We'll see if it does better for the money or not. But I would say for a bike that is essentially about $1,100. Oh, a couple deer. There was a couple of deer to my right. I don't know if you saw it. Really small ones. For a bike with extra battery for $1,100, it's not bad. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have the best of components, I will tell you that. The brakes aren't the greatest. The saddle is okay, but not the greatest. The suspension is there in the front, but it doesn't have very deep suspension. The locking mechanism sometimes could be kind of flaky. You do have to, there's a little screw section that sticks up. That's what holds that that section where the lock mechanism is. If that loosens up, you may have to tighten that up so it maintains the locking button. Little things, you know, little things, not perfect, but again, it's not like the expensive bikes either. So you have to kind of remember that it's a more economical bike, and yet it can get you 28 miles an hour. You don't have the heavy-duty torque that'll get you over some big hills, though. You're getting range. I mean, 32.2 right now already. What else is good about this thing? Headlights, nice and bright. Tail lights, nice and bright. It folds. It's not as heavy as they claim. I think it claims it at over 80-something pounds. But I believe that is the weight of the bike and the shipping box. This thing is not as heavy as my other big cruiser bike and the other 26-inch wheel bikes. So I think when they're telling the weight, I think they're telling the weight of the box and the bike. Okay. I mean, they need to know that information for shipping, but we want to know what the weight of the bike is by itself, right? I have not weighed the bike. I need to do that, I guess, one day. Let's put it this way, it's less than the big 26-inch wheel bikes. It doesn't weigh quite that much. So 32.6, still going. The brakes work though. I mean, they may squeal a little bit, but they definitely work. All right, I am still shocked that we're still going, quite frankly. I thought this video would be over with by now. I'm sure you're thinking that too. When's this guy gonna be done? Hey, you can blame Engwe for that. It's a long video because of Engwe's long battery. 32.7, still going. 15.3 miles per hour going up this incline. Yeah, the display does not tell me how long I've been on the bike, I don't think. Let me see. 77 miles. 20.7 miles per hour is my fastest speed. I averaged 13.9 miles per hour. 32.9 miles on this trip. So yeah, it doesn't tell you how long you've been on the bike. I've been running here. I think I started around 8:45, something like that. It's 10:52 right now. I've just been going around in a circle this entire time. Okay, we're blinking now. The display screen is blinking. It's about ready to cut out on me. The little battery thing is blinking at 33 miles. There you go. Should we just let it go until it dies? Yeah, let's let it go until it dies. It's dying now. Yeah, it's blinking. Okay, so that's what you know. When it gets towards the end, the battery thing starts blinking and you have no power going up, we're gonna cut out. We're essentially dead. Alright, let me get to some shade. Let's hope that snake doesn't come out at me, because it was around this general area, I think. Alright, we're done. Alright, folks. I appreciate you sticking around. Let me get off the bike here. Yeah, maybe you want to watch me fold the bike. How's that? Let me get off. Oh, okay. Let me power down. Let me show you real quickly. I don't know. Can you see that? 33.2 miles. Let me go through here. I'm at 77 total miles. 20.7 miles per hour was my top speed. 13.9 miles per hour was my average speed of riding today. 33.2 miles out of this. So I'm going to power down. All I have to do is hit this button here. Okay, we're down off. I'm going to have to move to the side here. Get off of this trail a little bit. Alright, so let me show you how I fold this bike. Alright, so there's a latch release right here. You see? Pull this, pulls open. Alright, and then once you do that, there is a key here. I'm going to turn the key fully so I can pull the key out. That will allow me to take the battery out. Okay. I'm going to fold the bike down like that, and you can see my battery's already pulled out. This is the original battery. Set that down. This key is not going to work with the other battery, so I need the other key. Now, I've kept all the keys up here. I don't know if you guys can see. I know it's on my chest mount. So I'm going to reattach this key to here. Now, most people don't do this, but I don't leave my bikes anywhere. I have so many keys now for different bikes. I'm just going to put this one back. I'm going to take this one off because this is the key for the other battery. Now, this is the one drawback, but it also is a good point. People with this bike, other people with this bike cannot steal your battery because they don't have the same keys. They are different keys. I'm going to do this. Take this battery out. So this is the new one that they sent me. Slide this in. Oops, sorry, wrong way. Okay. Alright, this is kind of tough here. Lift the bike. Got to make sure that the battery doesn't fall out. Now, you could do this and then put the key in to lock it. I can't feel for it here. Oh, there it is. I know you might not be able to see what's going on. Turn it once, and that should lock the battery. There we go. So that way it will not fall out. Fold it back. Then make sure it locks here. There we go. All right, we're back up and running. So I'm gonna put this battery back up over here. Strap it back in. Sorry, I know you guys can't see very well. I've got to find a better way of doing this, but in the meantime, this is the best I can do. And then I just put an extra piece of foam here to keep it from bumping into the seat post. There you go. All right, let's see if we can power back up. And I have power. All right, I appreciate everybody watching the video. Yeah, it's been pretty good. I think overall the bike did a good job at 33.2 miles before finally giving out. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.